Hey, this is Dennis with Reviving the Man, and today's question is, can your marriage survive without intimacy? And by intimacy, I mean sex. I think you already know the answer. So, can your marriage survive without intimacy, without sex? Yeah, it can. It can survive. The real question is, would you want to be in that relationship? Would you want to be in that marriage? And if you're a man and you're married and you're searching for something like this on YouTube, the answer is probably no. You probably don't want to be in that marriage, but there's something that's keeping you from fixing it. Because it can be fixed. Now, despite what anybody's told you about, maybe she doesn't want to have sex because of she's tired or the kids or that's all excuses. And those are all excuses for an attraction problem. You don't have a sex problem. You have an attraction problem. Because sex with your wife is not a draining experience. If it's a draining experience for you or her or both, you're doing it wrong. Sex with your wife should be a energizing experience for both of you. It should bring you closer together. It should build the intimacy in your marriage. And if it's not, then something's out of whack there. And I'm guessing it's a attraction problem. So back to the original question, can your marriage survive without intimacy? Yes, it can, but no, you don't want it to. The sex is one of the few things that separate your marriage, your relationship with your wife, from a long-term roommate situation. Having regular sex with your wife is one of the few things that separates your wife from a long-term roommate. There's a couple other things, and if you have kids, obviously that's one of them. But in general, sex is a big distinctive factor between marriage and any other relationship. So if you're not having it, what's going on? Is that the kind of marriage you want to be in? And I wager no. When I was in this situation, I didn't like it very much. I don't want a roommate. Especially didn't want a roommate that was sometimes emotional, unreasonable, and irrational. You know, I mean, we can all be those things at all times, but in general, that's not the kind of person I wanted to be a roommate with. So, with sex was not on the table in my marriage, suddenly, I'm questioning whether or not I want to be in this marriage. So, it's a attraction problem. It's not a sex problem. I've got an ebook on my website, link below, here, there, wherever you're watching it, revivingtheman.com/marriage-mistakes. And you can find it there. And there's probably at least a few things that you're doing that are sabotaging your marriage. Maybe you're trying to make her happy, bad idea. Maybe you've forgotten what your mission is in life as a man. If you've ever had one, that's a big one. And your mission is not to make your wife happy, or it's not to take care of your wife or your kids. That's your duty, not your mission. It's different. So there's some things that you're probably doing that are sabotaging, that are short-circuiting your attraction. So you fix that, the sex follows. You fix those things, the sex follows. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but not much. So can a relationship survive without intimacy? Yes, but you don't want it to. Honestly, if you're a man who enjoys sex, then it's probably better that the relationship end rather than live the next 10, 20, 30 years in a sexless marriage or a damn near sexless marriage. That doesn't sound fun at all. If you got more questions about that, leave them in the comments below. Until next time, I wish you guys all the best. Be well.